Dear students, we had been discussing A King's Tale, the tale of King Arthur. If we remember what we had learnt in the previous class, King Arthur had lost his sword in a battle and Merlin took him to a valley. At the end of the valley, there was a deep lake, and what came out of the lake? A beautiful arm with golden bracelets rose from the water. What was the hand holding? The hand held a sword. The sword was set with precious stones. Precious means valuable, mullavan. What were the precious stones that were set in the sword? Rubies and emeralds. What is meant by the term ruby? Ruby means red stone, chuni. Emerald, green stone, panna. We are starting from that point. Open your books at page 64. This is the Excalibur, Merlin said. Only an honest and fearless knight who protects the common people can possess this sword. Excalibur. The sword that was held in the mysterious hand was named Excalibur. রহস্যময় হাতে যে তলোয়ার ধরা রয়েছে তার নাম Excalibur. And Merlin said that this sword had a particular feature. What was the particular feature of this sword? Only honest and fearless knights can possess it. Possess means to have in possession. অধিকারে থাকা. Fearless means brave. Only brave and honest knights who protect the common people can have this sword. That means a person who is honest and brave can have the sword Excalibur. King Arthur accepted the enchanted sword from the mysterious hand, appearing from the depths of the lake. Accepted means took. King Arthur took the enchanted sword. Enchanted means magical. He took the magical sword from the mysterious hand. Mysterious, this word comes from the word mystery. What is meant by the term mystery? Mystery means something that cannot be solved. যা সমাধান করা যায় না, রহস্য. The adjective is mysterious. So King Arthur took the magical sword from the mysterious hand, and this hand had appeared from the depths of the lake. Deep from the lake, the hand had come out. I shall never use this magic sword for any personal benefit, King Arthur declared. After accepting the sword, King Arthur made a promise. What was the promise made by King Arthur? He said that he would not use that sword for his personal means own, নিজের, benefit. That means welfare, upokar. He will never use it for his personal benefit. He would only use the sword for the benefit of others. He would use the sword to protect people. He would use the sword to help the poor, the helpless, the miserable. যারা দরিদ্র অসহায় তাদেরকে রক্ষার জন্যই তিনি তা ব্যবহার করবেন. He would never use it for any personal benefit. Declare means to announce, ঘোষণা করা. King Arthur could give peace and prosperity to England. Before King Arthur had become the king, England was in the hand of lawlessness. আইন শৃঙ্খলাহীনতার কবলে ছিল England. The barons were fighting among themselves, the robbers were looting people, the farmers were unhappy. King Arthur maintained peace in the kingdom, শান্তি স্থাপন করলেন. And when there was peace, there was also prosperity. Prosperity means development, unnayan, samriddhi. So King Arthur gave two gifts to England, peace and prosperity. The greedy barons were unhappy with King Arthur because he was gentle and just. Greedy. Greedy means avaricious. Those who have greed, যার লোভ আছে, he is called greedy. Lovi. The greedy barons who had been fighting among themselves to become kings, they were unhappy because King Arthur was gentle and just. Gentle means calm and polite, নম্র স্বভাবের, এবং he was just, that means he gave justice to people. তিনি ন্যায় বিচার করতেন। He married the beautiful lady Guinevere, daughter of the king of Cornwall. King Arthur married who? He married Lady Guinevere. She was the daughter of the king of Cornwall. On the wedding day, Merlin took him to a richly gilded pavilion painted crimson and dark blue. Wedding day. Wedding means marriage. On the day of marriage, Merlin took Arthur to a pavilion. A pavilion is a very spacious space. Onekta boro jayga. It was gilded. The word gild is the adjective, is the verb of gold. Gold থেকে verb হচ্ছে gild. Gilded. That means it was covered with gold. The pavilion was covered with gold. And this pavilion was painted crimson and dark blue. Crimson means dark red in color. So what was the color of the pavilion? The color of the pavilion was dark red and blue. The floor was marble. Marble means stone. That means the floor was paved with stone. পাথর দিয়ে বাঁধানো. In the middle of the room there was a huge round oak table. Huge means large. Oak table means a table made of oak wood. Oak কাঠের তৈরি table. Richly carved. To carve means to cut out of something. খোদাই করা. Richly carved, capable of seating 50 people. That means 50 people could sit around this table. It was a round table. Round. That means circular. Golakar. This was the famous round table around which gathered King Arthur's devoted knights. King Arthur had a team of brave knights. Knight, as we know, medieval warrior. মধ্যযুগের সৈনিকদের বলতো বা যোদ্ধাদের বলতো knight. King Arthur had 50 devoted knights. Devoted means faithful, বিশ্বাসী, loyal, অনুগত. So King Arthur's faithful, loyal knights gathered around the table. These knights promised that they would help the helpless, be gentle to the weak, and to punish the wicked. The knights made 3 promises. What were the 3 promises made by these brave knights? That they would always help people who were helpless. Those who had no help would be helped by them. They would be gentle to the weak. People who were weak, people who were infirm, durbal, they would be treated gently by them. And they would punish the wicked. The wicked means the bad people. They would punish the bad people. To keep their vows, the knights undertook countless hazardous adventures. Vow means promise. To keep their promises, the knights had to go through. To undertake means to go through. Hazardous means risky, dangerous. Bipodjanok adventure. They had to go through risky adventures. The stories of their goodness and kindness spread throughout the country. The stories of their goodness and kindness spread throughout the country. The stories of the goodness and kindness of the knights of King Arthur were known all over the country. গোটা দেশে ছড়িয়ে পড়েছে. King Arthur ruled for many happy years and grew old with time. Time does not stand still. Flight of time is there. সময় উড়ে যায়. King Arthur ruled for many happy years and he grew old. Many of his trusted knights had perished during their adventures. Perished, that means had been killed. Many of his devoted knights had been killed while trying to help the people. The king gave his magic sword, the Excalibur, to a trusted knight. The Excalibur. You remember how King Arthur had got it. When King Arthur got old, when he understood that he could not live any longer, he gave the sword to a trusted knight. Trusted means faithful, bishwast. At the king's command means order, the knight threw the sword into the lake amid the plain of the sweet-smelling flowers. The knight carried the sword to that valley from where King Arthur had got it. At the end of the valley there was a lake. And what did the knight do? He threw the sword into the water. A beautiful arm arose from the lake. Arose means came out of, uthe. The same hand that had given the sword now came out, caught the sword and disappeared into the green depths of water. The same mysterious hand that had given the sword to King Arthur received the sword, and it vanished in the water of the lake. The knight came back and told the king what had happened. Returning to King Arthur, the knight reported what he had seen, how the hand had come out of the lake, how it had caught hold of the sword, how it had vanished into the water of the lake. King Arthur smiled. He instructed his people to put him on a barge. King Arthur smiled. Why did King Arthur smile? It was a smile of happiness, because King Arthur knew that this would happen. The mysterious hand that had given the sword would take it back also. Excalibur should not fall in the hands of wicked people. It had no kharap loker hate na pore Excalibur, because Excalibur is a magical sword. He instructed, instruct means to order. King Arthur ordered his people to put him on a barge. Barge means a big boat. Boro nauka, barjra. It was the hour of twilight. Twilight means the time after sunset and the onset of evening. সূর্যাস্তর পর এবং সন্ধ্যা নামার আগে যে সময়, that is called twilight. It is also called dusk. In Bengali it is called Bhaduri. So King Arthur set out in the barge at dusk. Bhaduri লগ্নে তিনি রওনা হলেন. With tearful eyes everyone bade goodbye to the old king. With tearful eyes everyone was crying. Why was everyone crying? Because King Arthur was a very noble, kind, generous king. তিনি ছিলেন মহৎ এবং উদার. Everyone was very happy with him. That he was leaving the kingdom brought tears to the eyes of everyone. Everyone bade goodbye. To bid goodbye, that means to bid farewell. Biday janano. Everyone bid a tearful farewell to the king as the barge sailed with him towards the setting sun. And the big boat along with King Arthur began to sail. It was sailing towards the sun which was setting. In this way, King Arthur embraced death. এইভাবে তিনি মৃত্যুবরণ করেছিলেন. So this is the legend of King Arthur. We have finished it. So you should solve activity 6, activity 7, page 66. I will discuss other things in our next class. Thank you.